we decided to take the OnePlus 5 out for a spin to see how it performs in terms of gaming. After all, it's one of the few Snapdragon 835 powered devices available on the market and comes with a lot of RAM. For the purpose of this video, we tested the 8GB RAM 128GB storage version of the OnePlus 5. There are just two gaming specific features in the OnePlus 5, Gaming Do Not Disturb mode and Dash Charge while gaming. The former lets users select a game to add to the Do Not Disturb list. This, as the name suggests, turns off notifications and other interruptions like accidentally pressing hardware keys, ensuring complete immersion. As for the latter, it lets the OnePlus 5 charge while playing games as fast as it would if it wasn't. This isn't just for gaming though. Video streaming or GPS usage won't impact charging either. As you'd expect, we checked out a host of graphically demanding titles. We started off with ASPHALT 8 and were treated to lush visuals and gorgeous weather effects, as well as detailed car models. It looked fantastic for most part, but we noticed that underneath the spectacle of god rays and lashing rain that made ASPHALT 8's Iceland and Tokyo levels, the frame rate was less than satisfactory. There was a perceptible amount of slowdown that made it far from optimal. Dropping down the image quality to medium rectified this. We hope that an update from Gameloft fixes this issue, since the Samsung Galaxy S8 and S8 Plus delivered smoother gameplay with less RAM and a comparable SoC, and the OnePlus 3T with last year's internals and 6GB of RAM was running the game just fine. Things look better in BREAKNECK, a futuristic racer in the mold of the Wipeout series of PlayStation games. Not only does it look fantastic on the OnePlus 5, but the performance even held up in the busiest of segments with enemies and effects galore. We had a similar experience with Warhammer 40,000 FREEBLADE. This on-rails shooter based on the Warhammer 40,000 universe looked and played just as well despite high-resolution textures and a large number of enemies on screen, making killing orcs and giant robots a smooth spectacle. The lag-free experience extended to Vainglory, the mobile equivalent of Dota 2. Visuals looked great while the frame rate was consistent. Our only grouse was the pre-applied scratch guard on the OnePlus 5 resulted in finer taps not being recognized, forcing us to tap harder than we'd like before removing it altogether. With 8GB of RAM and the fastest SoC on the market, the OnePlus 5 almost succeeds where other phones do not, making Grand Theft Auto San Andreas playable on the highest possible settings. Even then, it's not perfect. There's the odd, infrequent drop in frame rate just to remind you that series creator Rockstar isn't going to issue an update in the near future to optimize for modern mobile hardware. That aside, the specifications of the OnePlus 5 allowed to brute force the game, making for an enjoyable experience. Suffice to say, reducing the game to its default settings made this open world epic a lot more fluid and responsive, and therefore the sweet spot for this title. For most part, the OnePlus 5 seems to be more than a solid choice for gaming on the go. ASPHALT 8's performance remains an oddity though. We hope that this gets rectified in the weeks to come. What's admirable is how the phone handles heat. Regardless what we threw at it from the likes of BREAKNECK and Grand Theft Auto San Andreas, all the way to popular network-intensive fare like Clash Royale and Pokemon Go, which ran fine as they weren't too much of a stress on most devices in terms of graphics, the OnePlus 5 rarely got warm. It might not have the edge-to-edge infinity display of the Samsung Galaxy S8 and S8 Plus, or the stunning screen, but the reduced bezels on the side make for a more immersive experience compared to its predecessors. With just about the same amount of RAM as a decent gaming PC and a blazing fast SoC, the OnePlus 5's performance lives up to what it promises on paper. If you can get over the fact that it looks like an iPhone 7 Plus and might see a refresh in the OnePlus 5T later in the year, you really can't go wrong with the OnePlus 5 in terms of gaming. If you like this video, hit the thumbs up button and subscribe. You can also follow us on Facebook, Twitter and Instagram at Gadgets360.